escalator leaving to all. To the top of Browns Beach now, the top like Carlisle Bay, closest to the Radisson or Hilton Hotel, which was once the Radisson Hotel was once Grand Barbados, and before it was Grand Barbados, it was the Holiday Inn. Then later changed to Radisson, and the Hilton next door was once, the old Hilton was demolished in 1999, and then it was rebuilt to this modern structure. Looking in a northerly direction towards Bridgestone, which is the country capital. And this is Bay Street here. We will come across the Prime Minister's office, government headquarters, and next door is the former Government Information Service building. Looking all into Bridgestone, the northwestern end now, looking into Bridgestone, which is the capital, where you can see the Bridgestone port and the water harbour, and the flour mill, which is at the Bridgestone port, and the fisheries complex, which is just outside the port, close to coming up from the port, opposite Princess Alice bus terminal. And we can see the Central Bank of Barbados, and all into Bridgestone. In a southerly direction again towards the Radisson and Hilton Hotel and Pebbles Beach. So heading back in a northerly direction towards Bridgestone. And this is the sunset here. George, this is Browns Beach again. It's situated along the Carlisle Bay Area in Barbados, 1 minute south of Bridgestone. Carlisle Bay runs along the southwest coast of Barbados. It runs from the Hall Beach to the southern end, straight to the Pebbles Beach and Browns Beach, and will end at Pirate Cove, which is to the northern and northwestern end. You can even see the Central Bank of Barbados as well, which is in Bridgestone. Sunset here in the southerly direction again towards the Radisson and Hilton Hotel and the Prime Minister's office and government headquarters, and back to Bay Street, and you can see the Bay Street Esplanade, and the next door the government printing and sales department, and you can also see the Bayview Hospital where the diagnostic clinic is as well, before I forget. This is another beachfront house here. So doing some exercises here. Beach. Barbados Beach. That's good. Sunset here. In the southern direction, again toward the Radisson and Hilton Hotel, Barbados Beach. Sunset here again. All here, beach tennis. So heading in a northerly direction now, again toward Bridgestone, which is the country capital. And this is Harbour Lights. First of all, this is the Bay Mansion over here, and next door is Harbour Lights, which is another nightclub here along the Carlisle Bay Area. You can see the sunset again. Harbour Lights is another nightclub, and you can see the Bay Mansion and the Carlisle Bay House next door to Harbour Lights, and this is all Bay Street. But again, the sunset. Harbour Lights again. Sunset. Back in the southerly direction towards the Radisson and Hilton Hotel and Pebbles Beach. Back in the southern direction again. Carlisle Bay House. southerly direction again towards the Radisson and Hilton Hotel on Pebbles Beach. Carlisle Bay House again. This is St. Patrick's Roman Catholic Cathedral at the corner of Bay Street and Jammuts Lane, which was established in 1903. It was built in 1899 and dedicated in 1903. And next door is the old General Hospital, which later became the Ministry of Health, and is now, it was destroyed by fire in 2019, so it's now there abandoned and is still in disrepair. The old Ministry of Health building, which was General Hospital, and the St. Patrick's Roman Catholic Cathedral next door. And back at the Radisson and Hilton Hotel, and back at Browns Beach. Yeah. Radisson and Hilton Hotel and Pebbles Beach, all along the Carlisle Bay Area in Barbados, on the southwest coast. Ministry of Health building, which was burnt in 2019. It was the General Hospital until in the 1960s, when the hospital moved to Martindale's Road and renamed the Queen Elizabeth Hospital. The Copacabana Beach Club again, also along Carlisle Bay on Bay Street. Yeah. Huh? Yeah. That's good. So the Copacabana Beach Club and the Doris Beach Bar next door. Copacabana Beach Club and the Doris Beach Bar. There, next door. Lobster Alive restaurant and the London Born Towers in the background, which is another housing unit in the city. So I've reached the northern end of the Carlisle Bay Area now, closest to Bridgestone. This is the country's capital. The name Bridgestone came about because of the Indian bridge that the Arabs built back in the 1600s. That's how the name of Bridgestone came about. I can enter Bridgestone from this side too, but I will not do that today. I will go straight to the end of Carlisle Bay. And it is a tradition here on mornings that the jockeys from the nearby garrison, where the horse stable is, bring their horses down here on mornings to take a bath. This is the pier outside the boatyard. This is the boatyard as well, which is another nightclub. Lots of nightclubs along Carlisle Bay. The boatyard here is one of them. And this is the pier outside of the boatyard. And the London Born Towers. Another housing unit, another housing complex in the city along Lower Bay Street. This is the boatyard here. Another nightclub. Yeah. Looking back in the southern direction towards Browns Beach and the Radisson and Hilton Hotel. And you can even see the site where the generators for the Barbados that the power is, and where the old hot pot used to be before it moved down to Brighton Beach at Brandon's and Black Rock. This is the boatyard here, which is a nightclub. As I said before, I've said many times that this is a nightclub, another nightclub. And the pier outside of the boatyard. And here's a stray dog. I'm back at Lower Bay Street now, which is in Bridgestone. Where the old liquidation center used to be, and the fusion restaurant, which was all demolished in February in 2020 because the government was planning to build a Hyatt hotel on this spot. The liquidation center was owned by Ram Merchant Danny, who was a Trinidadian businesswoman. here in Barbados. She has a number of businesses here in Barbados, and the liquidation center was one of them. But she was forced to vacate this compound because the government wanted to acquire this spot to build a new Hyatt hotel. You can see the Bethel Methodist Church over here, which was built in 1844. Central Bank in the background, and the Barbados Revenue Authority. I will get to that area shortly. Looking back down to where the Bridgestone helicopters used to be. So this is the northwesterly direction now that I'm looking at. You can see the sun has now set. You can see the former site where the former Bridgestone helicopters base used to be. Bridgestone helicopters ceased operation in 2009 after the crash on the 5th of February 1992 at Missouri, St. Thomas, just after KM Fields. That area now is between KM Field and Missouri where the helicopter crashed, and it killed and maimed all who was on board, the pilot and the 4 passengers who was from England. One was from Canada and one was from the States, I think. It was a tragic day, the 5th of February 1992 in St. Thomas. Since then, the helicopters in Barbados was not the same, and it eventually closed down in 2009. Sorry. So this is Carlisle Bay now. We reached Pirates Cove Beach. Then this is Pirates Cove over here, which is a nightclub, another nightclub. The last one here before I leave the beach and enter Bridgestone, and the site where the liquidation center used to be, and the fusion restaurant and Bayshore complex was there before the fusion restaurant was there. And this is Pirates Cove, also a restaurant, food court, bar, souvenirs and craft market, ice cream and coffee, and sports bar. Come back at the beach. No leaving Carlisle Bay. Now back onto the street now, Lower Bay Street, which will lead you into Bridgestone, which is the country's capital. And this is Chicken Barn Restaurant, known as the home for Heavenly Chicken, at Lower Bay Street. And you can see the London Bond Towers again. I've now reached Bridgestone with the Lorry Dash, craft shop and toy shop. And this is Pirates Cove here. And this is the car park. Again, this is Lower Bay Street. I will cross at the ending here. I was going to cross just now, but I will change my mind. I will go to the end and cross at Independence Square. This is the Indarware Travel Center. So this is Bridgestone now, which is the capital of Barbados. And this building here ahead of me is the former, the custom Manning's building. Where it was Manning's first, Manning's appliance store. Another word to Pirates Cove Beach, car park. Manning's was there first in the 90s. This building dates back to the 1600 or 1700, something like that, or the 1800s. Manning's was there first, and then it was the custom Manning's. Now then it went to Massey store. Now the building is for sale now. Massey moved out of this building sometime either late May or early June. So this is Independence Square in Bridgestone now. Independence Square was a car park at first, and then it later became a city park where persons can sit and relax and enjoy the sights and sounds of the city. In 2007, then Dame Billy Miller was the Member of Parliament for Bridgestone. This is the new National Library Service building, which was once Modern Living appliance store. You can see Sunjet House and Speedbird House where Dave's Butt store is. And this is the water fountain at Independence Square. So this is Bridgestone here, which is the country's capital. You can see the Chamberlain Lift Bridge. This is the fountain at Independence Square. And this is the Chamberlain Lift Bridge. It was a swing bridge. It used to swing years ago. Now it only lifts to let large vessels across the sea. It was refurbished in between 2005 and 2006. So now it only lifts to let large vessels across the sea. You can see the Parliament buildings in Bridgestone. And this is the Independence Arch here, which was erected in 1987. And you can see all into the city from here. The Carinage, known as the Wharf. You can see the Parliament buildings here, which is the third oldest parliament in the Western Hemisphere. The swing bridge, the Chamberlain Bridge, was also closed to vehicular traffic sometime in the mid to late 90s. Okay. And this is the Bridgestone Mall where Julian Supermarket used to be, and this is the Barbados Revenue Authority building and the Central Bank in the background. And this is all the Carinage, known as the Wharf. Thanks for watching now, and have a blessed evening.